It's time for Interiors. For art expert and gallery owner Patrice Trigano, art is his life. In July 2005, he auctioned his many collections and the incredible house that was home to them, just after having invited us for this exceptional visit.
Welcome to my treasure trove. I adore collecting art. The original idea behind this house was to create a special place to keep my collections, a house that would be a perfect setting for them. So I found Jacques Huel and his organic and visceral architecture. The door in itself is a work of art. Jacques Huel observed nature closely. The natural world is an extremely important source of inspiration for him. And the door has something of a tortoise shell or an armadillo. The handle is in bronze and was made by the sculptor Philippe Ikili. Now we're entering the first living room that we call the erotic room, because it's mainly furnished with creations made by the sculptor Philippe Ikili, which are pieces inspired by eroticism. They sit alongside more traditional furniture, like, for example, this armchair by Marc Duplantier, or this Baroque fireplace. The entire house is decorated in warm colors. The walls have been covered with a pink sheen with this material effect. The interesting thing about this living room is that it overlooks another living room that we see there, and that we call the Nemo room, in honor of Captain Nemo. These portals and the water of the pool outside, especially at night in fact, give this room a really fabulous, magical feel. I've always really loved mixing styles and mixing genres, and this sculpture by Yves Klein contrasts with the two examples of African art, a sculpture by Ogon and a Bambara antelope. I wanted this house to resemble what used to be called a chamber of curiosities in the houses of humanists in the 17th century. So now we're in the music room, which is actually underneath the swimming pool, and the ceiling is something really quite unexpected. The shapes that you see on the ceiling, they're in fact the marks left by cabbage leaves. What happened was that for the pouring of the concrete, we had a truck full of cabbage leaves delivered. We lined the base of the form with these cabbage leaves, and the concrete was poured onto them. So when the formwork was removed, these veined shapes, these organic traces appeared. Jacques Huel wanted the stairway to look like a plant climbing up around a central trunk. So now we're in the upper part of the house, which is where the bedrooms are. It's a bit like rising up into the light, if you see what I mean. Here we are in our bedroom. Obviously, we wanted this room to be very warm and welcoming. And the interior designer Claudio Briganti is inspired by contemplation, the vision of the Italian Renaissance. He's an Italian designer. That explains the four-poster bed and the walls hung with stencil-painted fabrics. This is the invisible door technique, which means hiding the doors by blending them in with the decoration. So we open this door and we find ourselves in the bathroom. The bedroom leads straight out onto a big balcony overlooking the garden. For me, living in this house and contemplating the creations that it contains is one and the same thing. I think that I'm one of those people for whom art and living have merged into one.